Namo, Sakyamuni, Hello everyone, Guang today here, and this week I'm going to finish up our Four Noble Truths series and finish with the third and fourth Noble Truth. So last week I did the first and second Noble Truth, and so just to kind of backtrack and go to that again real quick, just to remind you that the first Noble Truth is that life is suffering, and the second is the causes of suffering. So it's really important to kind of figure out what are the core causes that kind of make us suffer in life, what causes us so much dissatisfaction. And it's really important to kind of dig deep into our souls and into our minds to figure out what are the tiny little tidbits, what are those little minute things, those really mundane things that really cause us to suffer. And sometimes it's just simple things like, not liking the wall color in our house or apartment or at work or something, or so it could be something even more major like people or ideas or perceptions. So it's really important to kind of really meditate on that and kind of figure out what are those things that we need to eradicate from our lives. And once those things are kind of eradicated and gone, we have alleviated so much more suffering from our lives. So that's where the third Noble Truth comes in, that there is cessation to our suffering. And the third Noble Truth basically tells us that there is a way, that we need to calm our horses, figure out what's wrong, figure out what's causing our suffering, and to remind us that there is a way out of that suffering. Because that's basically the goal in Buddhism, is to relieve ourselves, to eradicate all the sufferings. So as I mentioned in the last video, that the main reasons of suffering is desire and attachment. So once we're able to kind of eradicate those from our lives, then we have eradicated some suffering. Now all suffering is gone, but at least once we're able to kind of pinpoint those very specific details of what causes us to suffer and just become dissatisfied, then it kind of becomes easier, and it becomes easier for us to figure out what are other causes that causes our suffering. So, and then we come to the fourth Noble Truth, which is that there is a path to the cessation of our suffering, and that basically is the Eightfold Path. And the Eightfold Path is the middle way. It's the middle way between the two extremes, the extreme of excessive sensual self-indulgence and excessive of self-mortification or asceticism. So it's a very, very practical guide that we need to follow. And it's not necessarily a guide or a step-by-step kind of a guide. It's something that really works interdependently and works together, because we need right view to have right speech, or right livelihood to have right concentration. So everything kind of works together. And it's really the middle way. It's the way to kind of remind us that, hey, things are practical, it's easy, it needs to come in a very practical and basic way. So the Eightfold Path will be covered, I will start covering them next week. So that's basically the third and fourth Noble Truth. This video is going to be extremely short because the third and fourth are kind of simple-ish. So there's really nothing too much to kind of really cover for the third Noble Truth, because it's basically just telling us that, hey, there is a path and here's that path. And so that just kind of gives us that guide to where to go next, because as I mentioned before, that's very important to, if we ever want to advance our studies in Buddhism, is to master the Four Noble Truth and Eightfold Path. So I know I said before to cover each truth for 1 month. I probably covered each truth in 5 minutes or less. And it's not as simple as I'm explaining it. There's so much more to it. But I'm just here to kind of give you I'm oversimplifying it for you, because I'm not here to tell you what I think about it. Sorry, it's my dog. I'm here to tell you, hey, this is the very general overview of the truths, and then it's your job to kind of do your own generalization, your own perception, your own meditation, and your own kind of thoughts and opinions about it as you do your research and reading. So I'm sorry if it's oversimplified, but I just want to give you something very general so you can go and contemplate on it and kind of create your own thoughts and opinions and judgments about it. And with that really helps you move and kind of creates your own wisdom instead of me kind of giving it to you, which may or may not be true. So it's your job to figure out what is and what isn't true. So that is that for this video. Again, sorry if it's really short. I didn't really mean it for it to be that short. If it really is that short, I don't know. But it's the last of the truths. So that is your 4 Noble Truths for you. And then next week I will start part 1 of the Eightfold Path. Thank you. Smile and be well. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Hey everyone, I just want to give you a quick reminder, if you haven't already, please RSVP to the International Buddhist Conference's live webinar on October 17th at 10 a.m. Central Time. We'll be presenting 3 amazing guests talking about compassion in a chaotic world. I'll put an RSVP link in the description, so please do that so you can attend our awesome event. Thanks.